Good day, subscribers, new YouTube viewers, and friends. It's me, Ranch, and as you know, you just watched my Fat Pack opening. It's time for the booster box. So I'm going to open it up, stack the packs, and do my usual zoom in. Wow. Wow. Huh, strange, there's no insert in these boxes. Bizarre. Alright, well. Alright, here we go. First pack out of the box. Will we find any Zendikar expeditions? So for the first pack, I'll go through the commons and the uncommons. The rest we're just going to freeze through, just because I don't want this to be a half-hour long video. Earthen Arms, Merc Strider, Lithomancer's Focus, Outnumber, Cloud Manta, that was my knee, Scour from Existence, Grave Birthing, Brood Hunter Worm, Spell Shovel, Complete Disregard. First uncommon is a Serene Steward. Plated Crusher is the second. Third is the Pilgrim's Eye. And our rare, Bring to Light. 3 casting costs, 3 colorless green-blue sorcery with Converge. So you search your library card for a creature, instant, or sorcery card with converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of colors of mana spent to cast. Bring to Light. Exile that card, then shuffle your library. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Ooh. And we have our Eldrazi and a Swamp. Oh, my apologies. I should have put that phone on silent. Alright, next pack. Oi! Foil. Rolling Thunder is the first uncommon. Hagra Sharpshooter is the second. Pilgrim's Eye is the third. Alright. And alright, a Prairie Stream. So slow land, so enters the battlefield unless you control 2 or more basics. And looks like our foil rare already. Barrage Tyrant. 4 colorless and a red, 5/3 with Devoid, so it has no color, and 2 and a red. Sack another colorless creature. Barrage deals damage equal to the sacrificed creature's power to target creature or player. Then we got a forest and a dragon token. Cool. Ondu Rising, Blighted Fen, Bane of Balaged, and we have a Sanctum of Ugin. Add 1 colorless mana to your mana pool, and whenever you cast a colorless spell with converted mana cost of 7 or greater, you may sack Sanctum of Ugin. If you do, search your library for a colorless creature card, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. Swamp and the core ally. Oh, classic Dispel. Plated Crusher. Molten Nursery. Ulamog's Reclaimer. Wasteland Strangler. So it is a 3/2 for 2 colorless and a black with Devoid. When it enters the battlefield, you may put a card an opponent owns from exile into that player's graveyard. If you do, target creature gets -3/-3 until end of turn. Forest and Asylum. Okay, you know what? Fine. Gonna be difficult. Yeah. Bad pack. Beautiful Angel of Renewal. Blighted Cataract. Retreat to Emeria. And Ob Nixilis. Alright. Great pull. So, for those who don't know, he's a Planeswalker with 5 loyalty. Starts off pretty high, and the casting cost is 3 colors and 2 black. So for +1, draw a card and you lose 1 life. -3 ability, destroy target creature, and the -8 target opponent gets an emblem with whenever a player draws a card, you lose 2 life. Suckers! Island, Scion Token. Alright, first Mythic, and it's a good one. I'm pretty pleased. Hopefully he won't tank in price like the majority of Planeswalkers do. Retreat to Kazandu. Retreat to Hagra. Blighted Gorge. And Akum Hellkite. So it's a dragon, 4/4 for 6. 4 colorless and 2 red. And with landfalls, whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, it deals 1 damage to target creature or player. If that land is a mountain, it deals 2 damage instead. Island, Eldrazi Scion. Ooh, foil. Urasa Ranger. Resolute Blade Master. Crumble to Dust. Hero of Gomafada. So it's a 4/3 human knight ally for 4 colorless and a white, and it has Rally, so whenever it or another ally enters the battlefield under your control, creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. And we have a Wind Rider Patrol. Foil. Drana's Emissary. Firemantle Mage. Breaker of Armies. And we have Zeta Hedron Grinder. So he's a 3/3 a goblin ally for 3 colors and red. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets it, copy that spell for each other creature you control that the spell could target. Each copy targets a different one of those creatures. Mountain and Eldrazi Scion. Skitterskin. Retreat to a Coral Helm. Blighted Fen. Beastcaller Savant. So it is a 1/1 for a 1 colorless and a green, and it has haste, and tap to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool, and spend it only to cast creature spells. Mountain, and an advert. Back to the lock with you, Nessie. You have no idea how much I wish I could have made pre-release for this. I really wish I had. Brood Monitor. Drana's Emissary. Dampening Pulse. And we have a Felidar Sovereign. So it is a 4/6 for 4 colorless and 2 white. Vigilance Lifelink, and at the beginning of your upkeep, if you have 40 or more life, you win the game. Don't think this is going to go in any Soul Sisters decks, but cool. Mountain and a plant. Expedition Envoy, Void Attendant, Ulamog's Despoiler, and Angelic Captain. Cool. So it is a 4/3 for 3 colors, red and white, flying, so whenever it attacks, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each other attacking ally. Ooh, beautiful planes. And a fire, and an elemental. Oi. Rising Miasma, Molten Nursery, Ulamog's Reclaimer, and we have a Serpentine Spike. Excuse me. It is a sorcery for 5 and 2 red, with Devoid, deals 2 damage to target creature, 3 damage to another target creature, and 4 damage to a third target creature. If creature dealt damage this way would die, exile it instead. Beautiful plains, and a core ally. Fingers crossed, it's a foil pack. Tajuru Warcaller, Herald of Kozilek, Return to Emeria, Lumbering Falls. Sweet. Good one. So it comes in the battlefield tapped, tap to add green or blue, and for 2 and a green and a blue, it becomes a 3/3 green-blue elemental creature with hexproof until end of turn. It is still a land. And our foil, Ulamog's Reclaimer, uncommon. And a plains, and a sign. So how much of this stuff are you guys going to keep sealed and hope that it skyrockets in value in 10 years? I'm probably going to keep a fat pack and just hope for the best. Alright, I have no idea why my camera cut, but here we go. Chasm Guide. Halimar Tidecaller. Infuse with the elements. And Part the Waterveil, excuse me. It is a mythic sorcery spell for a 4 colorless and 2 blue. Take an extra turn after this one, and then exile it after. And you can awaken it. Awaken 6 for 8. So if you cast it for the Awaken spell, put 6 +1/+1 counters on target land you control, and it becomes a 0/0 elemental creature with haste. It's still land. Swamp and core ally. Pretty expensive sorcery, if you ask me. Ooh. Foil. Grove Rumbler. Crumble to Dust. Oi, prick. There we go. Adverse Conditions, and our rare. Gul'Daraz, Overseer. So it's a vampire 3/4 for 4 colors and 2 black with flying and landfall, so whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, creatures you control get +1, +0 till end of turn. If it was a swamp, you get +2, +0. And a Mortuary Mire foil. Cool. Swamp, Night Ally. Transgress the Mind, Stasis Snare, Core Blade Whirl, Defiant Bloodlord, 4/5 for 5 colorless and 2 black, flying vampire creature. So whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. Swamp, Scion. Scythe Leopard. It's a foil pack, by the way. Ruination Guide. Sylvan Scrying. And if the next card's an Ugin's Insight, I'm a genius. Ugin's Insight! So it's a sorcery for 3 colorless and 2 blue. Scry X, where X is the highest converted mana cost among permanents you control. Then draw 3 cards. And a Vestige of Emrakul. Foil. Forest. Plant. How fitting. Vampiric Rites, Angel of Renewal, Tide Drifter. We have a Fathom Feeder. So it's a 1/1 for a blue and a black with Devoid and Death Touch. And it has Ingest, so whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, that player exiles the top card of his or her library. And for 3 colorless and blue and black, draw a card, each opponent exiles the top card of his or her library. Forest, Scion. Oi, shush. Oh, God. I apologize, friends. Catacomb Sifter. Titan's Presence. Core Blade Whirl. And we have a Noya and Dar Royal Shaper. 4/4 for 3 colors and a white and a blue. So whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you may put 3/1/1 counters on target land you control. If you do, that land becomes a 0/0 elemental creature token with haste, and it's still a land. Mountain Scion. Vile Aggregate, Bloodbond Vampire, Dampening Pulse. This is Renewal, so it is a sorcery for 5 and 1 green. Search your library card for up to 3 basic lands. Put them into the battlefield tapped, shuffle your library, you gain 7 life. Island Elemental. Grove Tender Druids, Vile Aggregate, Carrier Thrall, Drowner of Hope, how relevant. So 5 colorless and a blue for 5/5, Devoid. When it enters the battlefield, put 2 1/1 colorless Eldrazi Sonic creature tokens onto the battlefield, and they have sack this creature, put 1 colorless in your mana pool. Ooh, an octopus. Sweet. Core Entanglers, Hedron Archive, Blighted Step, Endless One. It's a 0/0 for X, so enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. Tajuru Warcaller, Herald of Kozilek, Coastal Discovery, Barrage Tyrant, non-foil. 5/3 for 4 colors and a red, Devoid, and 2 colorless and a red. A sack, another colorless creature. Barrage Tyrant deals damage equal to the sacked creature's power to target creature or player. Royal's Retribution. Retreat to Valakut. Deathless Behemoth. Planar Outburst. So it is a sorcery for 3 and 2 white, and destroy all non-land creatures. You can awaken for it, so 5 and 3 white. Also put 4+1/+1 counters on a target land you control, and it becomes a 0/0 elemental creature with haste and still a land. Beautiful plains. Man, I'm popular. Hagra Sharpshooter. Malakir Familiar. Retreat to Coral Helm. Ruinous Path. Great card. So, it is a 1 colorless, a 2 black sorcery. Destroy target creature planeswalker. And you can awaken in 4, so 5 colorless and 2 black. Put 4+1/+1 counters on a land you control. It becomes a 0/0 elemental creature with haste. Wow. Chasm Guide, Pathway Arrows, Blighted Gorge, Conduit of Ruin. 5/5 for 6. Whenever you cast Conduit of Ruin, you may search your library card for a colorless creature with converted mana cost 7 or greater. Reveal it, then shuffle your library and put that card on top of it. The first creature spells you cast each turn costs 2 colorless less. Neat. Oh, there we go. Gideon Emblem. Neat. Expedition Envoy, Scythe Leopard, Blighted Woodland, Omnath Locus of Rage. So it's a 5/5 for 3 colors, 2 red, and 2 green with landfall. So whenever land enters a battlefield under your control, laisse-moi tranquille, sacrifice. Put a 5/5 red and green elemental creature token onto the battlefield. Whenever Omnath Locus of Rage or another elemental creature or elemental you control dies, it deals 3 damage to target creature or player. And another advert. Man, where's the rest of the foils and the mythics? That's what, 3 mythics now? Tunneling Geopede, Vampiric Rites, Wind Rider Patrol, Oran Reef Hydra. So it is a 5/5 for 4 colors and 2 green. Trample, landfall, so when a land enters the battlefield under your control, it gets you get a +1/+1 counter on it. If it's a forest, you get 2. Eight packs to go. Alright, Skyrider Elf, Processor Assault, Sylvan Scrying, Smothering Abomination. 4/3 for 2 colorless and 2 black with Devoid. Flying at the beginning of your upkeep, sack a creature. Whenever you sack a creature, draw a card. Really hungry for a foil, guys. Help me out here. Forerunner of Slaughter, Jadi Offshoot, Spawning Bed, beautiful art. Ally Encampment, so it's a land, tap to add 1 colorless, tap to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool and you spend it to cast allies. 1 and sack it, return ally creature you control to its owner's hand. Cool. Island. Sorry. Grip of Desolation. Unified Front. Blighted Cataract. And a Avoid Winnower. So it's an 11-9 for 9. Your opponent can't cast spells with even converted mana costs, and 0 is even. Your opponent can't block with creatures with even converted mana costs. It's probably going to be my last mythic. And it's not even worth that much. Oh well. Stasis Snare, Rot Shambler, Horribly Ari, and a Sunken Hollow. Slowland. Another octopus, yay. 4 packs to go, guys. Do you have faith? I don't know, I got hope, but hope is a very dangerous thing. Brood Monitor, Ulamog's Despoiler, Cryptic Cruiser, and we have a Radiant Flames. Sorcery Speed, 2 colorless, 1 red, with Converge, so it deals X damage to each creature where X is the number of colors of mana spent to cast it. Plains and Asylum. 3 packs. Grove Rumbler, Akum Stonewalker, Pilgrim's Eye, Painful Truths. So it's a 2 colorless, 1 red sorcery with Converge, so you draw X cards and you lose X life, where X is the number of colors of mana spent to cast it. Plains, Advert. Second to last pack. Foil. Alright, second to last packet of foil. Please let it be a good one. Zulaport Cutthroat. Royal Spout. Cool. Encircling Fisher. And a Duststalker. So it is a 5/3 for 2 colorless and a black and red, with the Void and Haste. At the beginning of each end step, if you control no other colorless creatures, return Duststalker to its owner's hand. And it's a black foil. Geyserfield Stalker. Swamp. Plant. Last pack. Alright, well. Still caution the wind. Not hoping for the best out here, but at least I got another box coming. No foil. Turn Against. Ruination Guide. Slabhammer. And a Woodland Wanderer. 2/2 for 3 colors and a green. Vigilance Trample. When it enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each color spent to cast it. Alright friends, now for the recap. Wasn't the best box, but it was okay. Bring to Light, Sanctum of Ugin, Wasteland Strangler, Akum Hellkite, Zadahedron Grinder, Beast Caller Savant, Felidar Sovereign, Angelic Captain, Serpentine Spike, Gul'Dradaz Overseer, oh god, Defiant Bloodlord, and Ugin's Insight, Fathom Feeder, Noyandar Royal Shaper, Nissa's Renewal, Endless One, Barrage Tyrant, Planar Outburst, Conduit of Ruin, Smothering Abomination, Ally Encampment, Radiant Flames, Painful Truths, Duststalker, Woodland Wanderer, and a Prairie Stream for a slow land, as well as a Sunken Hollow, and then Lumbering Falls, not a bad one. First mythic was Part the Waterfall, second was Omnath, Locust of Rage, third was a Void Winnower, fourth was an Ob Nixilis. And then for foils, Geyser Stalker, Vestige of Emrakul, excuse me. I'm tired. Mortuary Mire, Ulamog's Reclaimer, Wind Rider Patrol, the Barrage Tyrant. So it was okay, nothing special, no expeditions, but hopefully my second box will have one. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully bring you some more cool stuff real soon.